It's got a soul, this hero farm. It falls asleep inside my arms. We work the fields under the stars. No love is here at Gold Shop Farms. A city life, yeah, had its charms, but we would dream of the fields under the stars. I fall asleep inside its arms. The love is here.
Hey, Kels! Come on, Kels! Hey, Kels! Fresh grass, come on!
The love is here at Gold Shop Farms.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you are, whatever time zone you're in. How's everybody doing? It's time for yet another one of our farm meetings, and I am really excited to be here with you guys tonight. Again, I'm Morgan from Goldshaw Farm. These are our monthly farm meetings. We do these meetings every Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month, just to have a chance to hang out, talk. You guys can ask your questions. We can just shoot the breeze, have some fun, maybe play some games, maybe I'll give some stuff away. All those things kind of typically happen in these farm meetings tonight. And I'm just really excited to be hanging out with you guys and chatting. I feel like last time we had our farm meeting, so last month, October's farm meeting, I had some guests here. So my friends Aaron and Veronica were hanging out here at the farm. And so it was tricky because I was trying to hang out with them, but then hanging out with you guys, and then they ended up coming on. So it was all chaos. It's way more chill here tonight. Unfortunately, Lil Barn Cat is not here with me. She's actually downstairs hanging out with Allison. We got the fire going. It's nice and cozy down there. I just couldn't see trying to convince her to come up here and force her. And so she's really right now sprawled out by the fire downstairs. So you will not see Lil Barn Cat tonight, would be my guess. I can already see lots of questions queuing up here. And so let me just start diving in. I got some things I want to update you guys on and give you some updates on some things happening with the farm and some things to expect, but also want to say shout out and thank you to all of my moderators. I see Danny from Wicked Awesome Gardener here, Lynette from 13 Moons Over Mayhem. I saw Jack from the Mindful Homestead. So honestly, guys, without these folks, this live stream would not be possible. So show them love, check out their YouTube channels. They're all great content creators in their own right, kind of all that good stuff. But yeah, I just saw Sarah Schneider ask me a question, and I was going to try to answer it for her, but I missed it. So Sarah, if you ask it again, I'll try to catch it. The chat is going wicked quick, even though I thought I had it in slow mode. But yeah, so, let's see, where do we want to dive in tonight? All right. I haven't even read Charlie's question, but I'm going to try to do it, and answer. Could you answer a question? Why do Randy's horns go in different directions to the female cows? Is it a gender thing or just coincidence? Love your channel. Okay, Charlie, that's a great question. And the answer is this. Yes. So with Scottish Highland cattle, their sex actually does dictate the direction of their horns. So for females, they kind of curve up. For steers, they kind of go just out. And for bulls, they kind of go forward. And so Randy's horns are, you'll probably notice this, and they'll get more prominent over the years. They're going to start to go forward. Definitely the most dangerous way you can have Scottish Highland horns are doing that. And actually, if you look at Joey Ramone, because he's a steer, his horns kind of go just out, and it's kind of interesting. And then all the other girls, they kind of just swoop up, like what you see with my normal ones. Yeah, Anitra, I couldn't do it. It just got cold here this week. You can even see I'm wearing a toque here. And by the way, one of you guys, and I don't have the card handy with me, but I don't know if you guys see this hat that I am wearing. Is that not the coolest hat ever? Somebody sent it to me. I'm super, super grateful for it. I actually just wore it in a video, and I'm just wearing it tonight too because it's also very comfy and it's hand knit. Can we please have a Lil Barn Cat warm and cozy fireplace video of Zen? I don't know. Maybe I'll do a live stream later this winter downstairs. It's just I have all my computers and microphones and everything all set up here, so I'm just kind of lazy and don't feel like moving it all down there. I probably won't do another Zen video. I will admit I'm curious to hear folks in the comments. What did you think of Monday's video? Because I got a lot of like ticked off emails from folks. Like there were some comments that were like, this is not my thing, which is fine. But like there were some people who wrote me saying, this is really bad. I can't believe you're doing this. You shouldn't do videos like that, because I think people were upset that it was just quite literally a whole video of weird chicken moment of Zen. And a lot of folks we're not happy with it. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think of it. Okay, let's see. What else we got here? Hey, Morgan, how is your finger? I'm the same person in Pondview, but I'm on a different count. Oh, so Connor, my finger's doing pretty good. I actually had to go to urgent care the other day because it was starting to hurt and I was actually developing an infection. And so I'm back on antibiotics. It's still healing up. You're still going to eat. Like, I mean, if I'm inside, I just kind of wear this like bandage over it. When I'm outside, I usually have a glove on, and I actually double layer it. So like I have a rubber glove if I'm in the kitchen or if I'm outside, but then also like if I'm outside doing farm work, I usually have another glove on top of it. I actually shot a short video, yesterday, and people were like getting all wigged out about it when they noticed that I had this rubber glove on when I was in the car, and they were like, what's going on there? And it did kind of look a little bit crazy. So I kind of understand, especially if you're not familiar with me or what happened with the finger. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely be kind of in this weird finger mode for at least another month or so. It's gonna be there. Oh, that's what Sarah's question was. I saw it earlier, and Evelyn, I think, is re-asking it. Maybe no shave. I will not be doing no shave. So I don't know if you guys know this. So I don't mind not shaving. I usually don't like to shave, but Allison hates it, and so I usually don't get away with more than a day or two before I'm like, being coaxed to shave, and kisses are being withheld. So yeah. Barbara Thomas, 2024 calendar. There will not be a 2024 calendar. And the reason, honestly, is I just had so much going on this fall, particularly with the book launch. I just couldn't get my act together to get all the stuff together for the calendar. And so I won't be doing that this year. I might do it next year. But honestly, it was just, I just didn't have enough time or energy to try to tackle it, is the honest truth there, Barbara. So sorry, no 2024 calendar. Hey, Rebecca, what's going on? Rebecca was actually the big winner of last month's live stream. She won the autographed copy of the Toby Dog book. By the way, I'll probably do a plug right now. Toby Dog of Goldshaw Farm is available for sale right down below. There is a print version that's either in paperback or hardcover. There's an audio version where I narrate, and we got some great actors doing the voices. And then there's the digital version if you just want to download it to your Kindle. But yeah, Rebecca actually has the only copy in the world of Toby Dog of Goldshaw Farm, signed by myself, Veronica Merrill, and Aaron Burris. Like, we all signed this one copy, and so she's got like quite the keepsake there. But yes, Rebecca, to answer your question, the robot litter box is amazing. So I did a video on this last year, but Lil Barncat, who's our house cat, she, I decided to like buy this litter box that was crazy expensive, but it is the best thing. I 100% am happy with that purchase. I used to hate having to clean out the litter box, and doing that every day is just like the least gratifying chore. With this litter robot, it basically spins the litter in a thing and like takes all the clumps out, puts it in like a little sealed storage thing, and you just empty that tray out once a week. It is the best invention ever. Totally into it. So yes, I still love it. You should do a vote on Chicken of Zen. Yeah, you know what? Actually, Water Jade, that's a great idea. I am going to put that up in the community tab. Question, will there be any re-releases of past shirt designs? I sadly missed the initial Molly Murder Mittens due to the moving and very tight on funds at the time. So, Olivia, I probably won't, but I am going to be changing how I do shirts for 2024, where for next year, there's just going to be some standing designs, and so you won't have that tight window, but there's like a bunch of complicated artwork reasons why I'm not going to probably re-release that shirt, but I might actually make a commemorative Molly Murder Mittens shirt, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, Jack. I don't think I could get away with what you do there, man. Oh, okay. All right. Alex asks, are you done with the Little Barn Cat book yet? No, but I am working on it as we speak. Like, it is my project that I am crushing that book out. I'm actually feeling really good with the pace that I'm at right now. But I've got, I don't know, I think 7 chapters now written. It's coming along. I've got the whole story mapped out in my brain. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's very much centered on Lil Barncat, but Toby Dog plays a huge role. Pablo plays a role. Jessica Coyote and Grody Otis, if you read the first book, they have pretty big roles, and there's a handful of other surprises and new characters as well. So there's a lot going on in that second book, and I actually think it's going to be much better than the first book, just because I feel like I mean, look, the first book was my first book, and I'm really proud of it, and I feel really happy with how it turned out, but like, I feel like I learned some things along the way in doing that, and I'm applying all those lessons in the second book. And I think the second book's, I'm super pumped to share it with you guys soon. But yeah. Okay, do you get any trick-or-treaters? Honestly, we get one family that stops by, and it's my neighbors across the street who are awesome people. They came by with their kids last night, and basically when they show up, I'm just giving them all the candy I got. And so, yeah, they got like between their kids, they got like a whole bowl of candy. It was fun. I don't know. I enjoy it. Unfortunately, I live in a neighborhood now where it's not exactly like trick-or-treating friendly. And they do like this event in the center of town, but I don't know. I'm old school. I just like want people to come to my door. So yeah, that's there. Oh, okay. Raymond asked the question: did the geese move in yet? So, in video time, no, but in actual time, yes. I actually just moved them into the hoop coop. All the ducks and geese are moved into the hoop coop yesterday. The other thing that I did was I moved the weird chickens in there yesterday. I'm going to start moving the young chickens in probably, I would actually probably do it tonight, but since I'm doing this, I didn't bother. But starting tomorrow night, I'm going to actually move all the young chickens into the hoop coop. And then, probably later this weekend, I will be moving the older chickens in there, and then eventually, and so by the end of this week, all the birds will be living in the hoop coop. That's the plan for the winter. Okay, I am trying to keep up. There is, oh, Rebecca, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Why don't you get horses to eat grass so much? I mean, honestly, I'm just not a huge horse fan. I find them to be expensive. I don't really like enjoy working with them all that much. And so, yeah, it's not my preference. I would just much rather get around on an e-bike, to be quite honest. But that's just me. Who's your favorite bird? Maybe Rosie, the weird chicken, is probably my favorite bird these days. Either that or Carmen, who's another one of my chickens, long-standing chickens, might be my favorite. But I will say, and you're not going to meet him until Saturday, there is a new bird on the farm, and he is rapidly moving up the chart in terms of my favorite birds. And yeah, I'm a big fan of this guy. I'm just going to leave it there. If you've seen my TikTok, you might get at least a little hint of what's going on there. Never going to do in our bear costume. Wait, what? Like, wait, Oh, Jack, I'm so happy you guys got it. I'd love to hear your review, yours and Emma's review of the book. That's awesome. Why didn't you go to the urgent care for the suture? Because my wife told me I'd be better off actually going to the hospital, and I trust her word on that. She actually used to work at the urgent care in our town, or I guess technically the next town over. But so she knows the situation there, and she's like, no, just go to the emergency room, because in particular there was the need for X-rays around the glass, and so they would have probably had to send me there anyway, and so that is the answer for you. I am not a fan. Okay. Deb, I actually really appreciate that. That's that's true. And honestly, if I'm listening to my analytics, it would just say never to do one either. Cause yeah, that one tanked. I had like the lowest views I had on a video in a very, very long time. So yeah, gosh, the little barn cat's not here, but I'm getting cat allergies suddenly. So Daniel, that's actually the activity on tap for this weekend. Yes. So they're not yet, but very, very soon. Okay, Sarah thought it was too long. All right, that's totally fair. What will you do with the murder of crows? I mean, I'm just hoping that once I move the birds into the greenhouse, they stop stealing my eggs. That's my honest answer to you. I got to figure that whole situation out. It's funny. I saw him the other day too. Just like I saw a crow flying away with an egg in its mouth, just taunting me, and it was like, good golly. Yeah. Oh well, thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. How's the snow? So we got a dusting here this afternoon. So we got like it started to like sort of sleet snow. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Yeah, yesterday. And then we got a dusting here today, like in the afternoon. Not anything to matter that much, but yeah. So I mean, winter's here. We are officially in winter. The only animal that's not like in their winter setup, I mean, there's the chickens that still have to kind of slightly move, but I got to bring the cattle down. And I'll probably do that, I don't know, late next week. I'm not going to rush to do it, but yeah. Our pigs are Duroc crosses, like a mix of those. Did you ever? No. So sadly, I know if folks are wondering for a Molly Murder Mittens update, and sadly there's none, and she's gone. Hurts my heart to admit it, but she's gone, and we move on. I don't have any plans to get any additional cats. I know folks have been asking that too lately. Not right now. Like, I know that we need more than one barn cat out on our farm just based on like the number of rodents. Like 3 always seemed like there was like a little bit of tension and it made the cats range a little bit further. I'm wondering actually if 2's the perfect number, and if that's sort of like the right number to keep. And if that's the case, then we'll just stay at 2, and that'll be sort of how we do things as the default. Okay. Let's see. What other questions we got? Please bring back the original Bear Bird shirt. Yeah, you know what, Bourbon Girl, I probably actually, when I say having sort of like more evergreen t-shirts, like just having like this on a shirt will probably be one of the variations that we'll do. Please have fluffy size. Okay, so I'm actually going to talk about this. So I have been trying my very best, and this is a difficult one because I would love to offer as big and broad size range as possible, going from the like small, like tiniest child size all the way up to like 5, 6, 7X. Like, I really want to try to do that. The challenge is, see, I'm not out there printing shirts. I'm usually working with print on demand companies to actually get the shirts printed. And so when I'm doing that, unfortunately, they limit what their range is, and they're the ones who are doing the fulfillment. So basically the way it works is I do the design, I do the marketing, and then they do the production and they do the fulfillment. And so I have to kind of work with what their options are. So it's not like a decision I can just make out of the gate. I try to do my best to be as inclusive as possible, but sometimes my options are limited. And so, yeah, I'm going to keep pushing harder and harder and looking for more options, Casey. But there is, to a certain extent, it's a little bit out of control. So I don't know. I feel bad about that because I know what it's like to have clothes that don't fit, and it kind of sucks. And so I really want to have that, and doing my best, but there are limitations. All right. So, Oliver, I'm still not 100% sure that I'm doing the sheep. Like, I mean, if I were to do sheep, we would get a couple of sheep this spring. But I got to admit, I'm sort of on the fence, and I might be even wavering a little bit more right now to not doing sheep. And the reason being, I think I might be better off just focusing on expanding out my cattle herd. And that's maybe what I should do. And so... yeah, I'm not 100%, but we'll see. Aw, Aiden wants to be famous. That's adorable, Aiden. Okay, Anna has a good one here. How did Allison like doing the podcast? She actually really enjoyed it. She and I had fun just hanging out that night, and she actually enjoyed seeing like kind of the feedback that everybody had. I mean, there were some comments that were not the nicest of comments, but overall, she really appreciated it. She was a little worried that some folks didn't quite get her sense of humor, which, you know, I find her to be a hysterical person. It's one of the reasons I married her. But I think it's a very dry, different kind of sense of humor than I think some folks are used to. And so, you know, she was worried that a lot of folks didn't quite get that. So yeah. Yes, RJ. RJ has got the funniest questions. Always like these like hyper crazy local. But yes, the property taxes in Peacham are due as of November 1st. I don't know. I paid mine a while ago. But yes, that is true. So Tom, this is actually another one where like I don't know. I have all of the settings checked that it should pick up and that like the AI should be doing like that transcription and auto captioning. But for whatever reason, I have problems where it's sometimes not working. And what's hard, and this is the hardest part, is when I'm doing these live streams, because it's just me doing a live stream and I'm just sitting in front of my computer talking to you guys and answering all the questions as they come through. It's hard for me to like try to go in, double check it, try to go in and, you know, do like troubleshooting if it's not working and see if there's something I need to fix. And so it's a little bit of a struggle. And you know, it almost kind of goes to that the issue with the shirt sizes and inclusivity where, yeah, I want to make sure that like, you know, folks who can't hear could read it, or just, you know, who find it easier, like say their like English isn't their first language even. I think that's another example of like why the captions are really good. But unfortunately I can only do so much as just me as a guy doing this. And so yeah, I don't know. It's another crappy answer, but it's an honest one. Would you ever be audio version a little? Oh yeah. Oh, so Alex, there will absolutely be an audio version of, you know, I love that process. I liked how I did it. I probably do it exactly the same way we did the first book for the audio version for the second book. That would be my plan. So, but the answer is like 100% like, yes, there absolutely will be an audiobook. You know, just so you guys know, I actually mostly only listen to books these days. Like, you know, occasionally I'll read a book and sometimes it's in a format where I can't listen to it, but you know, I'm probably more well-read now than I am at any other point in my life, where I'm reading easily a half dozen, if not up to maybe 10 books a month. And it's because, you know, I basically just crush them out while I'm doing work on the farm. And so I'm listening to a lot. When I'm driving around, I listen to a lot as well. And so, yeah, I'm, you know, very much a believer in the audiobook. What's the delay on filming a video versus posting? It's about somewhere between 10 and 14 days, usually, Grace. So for example, tomorrow, but actually here's where there's like a little asterisk to that. So tomorrow's video is going to be a video about building a new fence for my wife's garden. So the video that I put out on YouTube tomorrow. When I do that, it's basically something that I shot over the course of a week. Like it was like a multiple day project. And so, you'll see the assembly of all of that. And that, I think I completed that. It was about, let's see, it was not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before it. So just a little bit less than 2 weeks. So about 10 days was the last day of that video, but the first day of that video goes even back further. So if that makes sense. Wally Roach, my son was grand prize winner for Toby Dog release live stream. Hasn't released. Wally, can you email me through your through my website? So go to goldshawfarm.com and use the contact thing and send me a message and let me track down to see what it is. If you can make sure to send me his name and address when you send that email, and either myself or Olivia, who helps me with some of this stuff, we'll follow up. Okay. You know, I think Danny and Lynette jinxed me because they were like, "Oh, you're so far ahead," and now I'm like way behind. All right, and there were actually a couple that I started ahead of time. Grace's question here. Do you have or go to a gym or swim? I enjoy the gym and pool, pain management trust. So the answer is in the summer months, I actually don't. I haven't been because I'm finding I'm so active. I'm getting so much exercise and movement. I'm like, you watch my steps over the course of a day, and I'm clocking in like 16, 17 miles on some like the more busy days. And I'm just doing a lot, building, moving, and just it's very physically active stuff. And so it actually keeps me in good shape in the summer. In the winter months, we actually have a home gym here. And so I'll work out there. I do a lot of rowing, weight exercises, body weight exercises, yoga. Those are kind of the main things. What percentage of your overall content does one miss if one only follows you on YouTube? Well, Luke, I would say you're probably getting about 80% of it. Honestly, YouTube is my favorite place to create, and particularly making the long videos is my favorite type of content to create. But there's some stuff that I do like only on TikTok that matches for like the TikTok format. And sometimes some stuff I only do on Instagram as well. But I would say you're probably getting about 75, 80% of it all on YouTube. It's just a rough number. Okay. Oh, Jamie, you got that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that Jamie got your action figure. Yeah, the action figures. Do I have any handy here? No, I don't. I'm almost all out of action figures, but yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I'll be hatching goslings. It won't be until usually I try to time my first hatch for like early or mid-May. So we're a few months off from that. Will you be tapping the maple trees this year? Oh yeah, most definitely. We will be making syrup this year for sure. 100%. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. We had a lot of fun doing it. I would say I wouldn't be shocked if we do another one in the not too distant future. Not too soon, but eventually. Which animal category on the farm do you enjoy the most? Has that changed? I mean, I would say that like of the livestock on our farm, my favorite ones to work with are the cattle. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to continue that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've made videos talking about this. I honestly, Kata, I'm not sure I really want to be managing people. That's the real answer, right? And yes, I guess I could scale up or I have to scale up, but I don't know. It's not exactly what I'd want to be doing. I kind of enjoy how things are set up right now. And, I don't know. I'm just having fun doing the way it is. I don't have to make the farm gigantic because of, we do all this stuff and I enjoy doing all of this stuff and I enjoy writing and being able to kind of balance all those things is really what I want. And so, I don't know. That's a biggie for me. Hey, Frederick, well, thanks for coming in and glad you got the stickers. That's awesome. And by the way, guys, if you've sent in stickers recently, I am way behind. I have a giant stack that I just have to sit down and do, but I've just been so busy with other things that I don't think I'm going to get to it probably for another week or so. What is your next build plan for the farm? I enjoy the full process. Well, honestly, we're getting on the home stretch of the barn. So we have electricity now fully in the barn. Oh, we got a special guest joining us. Just wait. You'll see this in a moment. But yeah, we've got electricity in the barn. Alfred just has to finish his wall and we got to throw down some final gravel for the driveway. And then, yeah, the barn's going to be done. And so I haven't made the decision on the big projects for next year. Typically the way it works is right around this time of year as we're winding down, I start to make a list and make some dreams and plans. And then Allison and I sort of sit down and make some decisions in say January or February. And then from there, kind of try to hit the ground running. But yeah. All right. Now I know I'm way, way behind. If you didn't have Allison's income, could you still be on the farm? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Just in terms of being able to support myself. By the way, we've got our Worcester water for tonight. It is a pink apple and lemon flavor, which is actually very, very nice. But yeah, so I would be barely above the poverty line if it was just me and I was just doing the farm, like just from the farm product income. But when you throw like the social media and content stuff on top of that, I would totally be able to do this even without Allison working. Yeah. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. I apologize if I skipped your. Okay, Nicole, yes. All right, I'm breaking the news right here. There are a couple of new cattle coming. I'm gonna say they're gonna be here later this month. I'm just basically waiting before I move everybody in for the winter, and then I'll add these new girls. But yes, there will be a few new cattle, and yeah. We only have the one indoor cat. Let's see if I can coax the indoor cat over here to say hello to you guys. Excuse me, indoor cat. Everybody wants to say hi to you. Yeah, I don't know. Lil, she really does like hanging out up here more than anywhere else. Come here, Lil. Can you come up? Come on up. What are you doing? Come on up. I'm not going to pick you up. You got to come up. You want to come over here? Here, I'm going to get Lil over here to say hi to everybody. Come on, Lil. Come on. I don't know what to tell you, girl. If you want to come up, you got to come up. I'm not going to... Oh, there she goes. Say hi to everybody, Lil. Yes, that is Lil Barn Cat, our house cat. Ever thought of getting turkey or even just a few birds of Thanksgiving from, so maybe I might do a couple turkeys next year. We'll see. I mean, here's the reality. I actually have a friend, who lives right down the road, and every year basically I trade him a goose for a turkey, because he raises turkeys and I raise geese, and you can have the turkey for Thanksgiving and you can have the goose for Christmas. And, that's what I've done. And so it's not like an urgent thing. And because, I mean, I love his farm practices. And so, yeah, I don't know. But I think it would be fun, and I would enjoy learning how to raise turkeys. And so that might be something I experiment with. Is geese manure not hot? Hey, what's up, Farmer Brad? So think of it more as on a spectrum versus like hot or not hot. So like in terms of nitrogen level and acidity, like, you know, chicken poop is way worse than either duck or goose. I actually think goose is less than duck. So it's like chicken, duck, goose. But I still wouldn't put it directly on the garden. I still let it, you know, compost for a couple of months before trying to do that. Oh, and like Lynette is saying, please post your questions in all caps. It makes it way easier for me to see. And yes, Beverly, I do have stickers. Do I have stickers within arm's reach? I don't. But yeah, we do have stickers. If you send them to us at Goldshaw Farm, P.O. Box 225, Peacham, Vermont, and you send it with a self-addressed stamped envelope, I'll send you a sticker. But yeah, I'm a little bit behind right now, so maybe I shouldn't be saying that. I'm hoping really, really soon. And once it's done, I will do a full like video tour and probably even break down here's how much it costs, because I know a lot of people are asking about that one. And yeah, I will break that down. Oh, I'm so glad you liked it, Virginia. Yeah, Lil Story's gonna be a fun one. It's quite a like a lot of twists and turns to this one. The current, I'll just tell you guys, because you know we're just hanging out as friends here, right? The current working title is The 8 Lives of Lil Barn Cat, just to give everybody a little tease. You like the bear costumes? That's great, Tom. So here is actually the scoop on this one. It is insanely complicated and expensive to do fulfillment on autographed books. So, you know, for example, so I'll just use the hardcover as an example, just to have like one, but it's not to say I wouldn't be willing to autograph a paper book. with the hardcover, right? It costs like $20 for that book, and that's, the cost of printing, shipping, my royalty for writing the book, like all that. It's like a total $20. Now, anybody who runs into me, if you ever see me, I will happily sign anything you've got, including Toby Dog books. So this is not about me not wanting to sign. I'd also like happily charge people like $5 or $1 extra for the autographed version of the book. Something like very, very minimal. It's not about trying to make the money. The problem is, in order for me to do that, I actually priced it out, because what happens is the books have to get printed. They have to get shipped here to me. I have to sign them, and then I have to send them to the place that would do the fulfillment. And so when you look at the cost of shipping all of those books, it ultimately was going to make it cost, I think, like, we priced it out. It was like going to be like $35 a book for an autographed copy. And that was with me making no money on it, like no extra money. So it's like, it didn't make any sense to me to like charge people $15 for basically shipping. And then still have to do all the work of autographing them and like getting them back and forth and all that hassle. And so I just have opted not to do like formally sold autographed copies. What I will do is, and there's going to be a couple of events that I'm about to announce very soon, of some book signings and readings where I'll be doing at a couple libraries, a cafe, a bookstore, where I'll be out like just basically talking about the book, taking questions, hanging out in person. It'll be an event. It'll be ahead of time. They'll be mostly in New England. So that is something that is in the works, and I will happily sign any copies there. Also, like for folks who came to the farm for goose pickup, I was signing those. Yeah, and again, if you run into me at an event ever or anything like that, I'll happily sign it, but I'm not going to be selling them. It just didn't make sense, at least for this go around. Might you be looking for artists? Yes. So, Olivia, if you have anything, what I would say is send it to me through our website, goldshawfarm.com. And if you send me like artwork, I'd love to take a look at it. Doesn't mean I would be like, oh yes, I'll do it. But if it is, I would happily, pay you for your design and, produce some shirts. So yeah, if you have a cool idea or you want to offer up some artwork, just hit me up through the website. Excuse me. What's going to happen? Oh, well, actually, so after I put out that video about the vets earlier, I guess it was last week now, a number of folks reached out to me, and so I'm working on I got a couple new good leads for potential vets who would service me out here, and so I'm actually working through that right now. What revenue streams do you recommend for homesteads get through the winter when things slow down? I mean, I don't know, like, one of the things I'll be making with a lot of our pig fat is some soaps and some hand creams and some paw creams. Stay tuned for that. So like, kind of doing like value added products. Like, I think that would be one way to go, Brad. Another is like, for example, I'm doing like a writing project again, and that's what I have worked on in past winters as well. And so, being able to do stuff like that inside when things do slow down, that has been such a thing. Aw, Grace, you're making me blush. Yeah. How did you feel when you first started your YouTube channel? I mean, I was nervous, man. I mean, or I don't know, Alex, I don't mean to guess your gender. I guess Alex, her. I was nervous. Like, number one, I was very nervous about like what people would think or if anybody would even watch. And the answer is nobody would watch and nobody really cared, which was actually kind of nice because that gave me a chance to just start creating content and kind of find a voice and find a style and like kind of all of that good stuff. But there was a lot of anxiety and nerves with it before getting started. You also sell peps or only duck? Peps, like peeps, like chicks. I mean, sometimes we've sold some chicks and chickens over the years. I mean, we sold 3 chicks actually, I should say, earlier this fall. So yeah. So Hannon, I highly doubt that will ever happen. Allison has looked in and seen how crazy the chat is and this whole setup is, and Yeah, she would not. I would highly doubt she ever does a live stream. I think that would be a very, very unusual circumstance. But like a podcast where it's just kind of us hanging out, chilling out on the couch, like in the living room or sitting on our front porch or something, I think that will probably convince her to do that again. Ooh, okay. The closed caption is working in Facebook, not working in YouTube. It's the settings. Yeah. See, like, and that's exactly, I mean, I appreciate you bringing that up. So yeah, you might, if you ever have a problem. So whenever I do these farm meetings, I'm always simulcasting between both YouTube and Facebook. And so if you're finding a problem where the closed captions aren't working on one, you might want to try the other platform, and you might have better luck there. And so that's definitely worth looking into there. Not yet, Texas Roast, but I am working on it. God, I Texas Roast. I know I say this every time. I love your avatar. It's so cool. How much for the hat? Oh, this one is priceless. This hat right here, and it's getting a little warm in here. I almost need to turn off my heat. Yeah, no, this hat's not going anywhere. What are you yelling at me for, Lil? I don't know if you guys can hear that. Like, Lil, I don't know if you guys see this much in our videos, but Lil and I talk to each other all the time. Like, you know, especially like on days like when Allison's at the hospital and it's just the two of us in the house. Yeah, we have these whole conversations where she's like, I don't know. I just find it to be hysterical. Oh. She's going to fall. If she's not careful, she's going to fall. Oh, well, you know, Sampa, I really appreciate you stopping by and staying up so late. And, you know, I actually just want, as a fair warning to you guys, I might end up doing the next farm meeting early for December. Like, by early, I mean, I might do it, actually, like, I might do it during the day or in the morning. So stay tuned for that. Okay, all right. How cold is it outside, asks Tan. Let me check, Tan. I will tell you. It is presently 29 degrees outside. We have 29 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's like, I think, -1 Celsius. Yeah, they actually probably would be. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I mean, I think I would still have the farm because, I mean, remember, I moved up here with a full-time job, and that full-time job could have let me live here in perpetuity. So I think the answer is yes, Bruno. I'm not sure if I'd be doing the farm full-time, but I would still be on the farm and I'd still be raising stuff. At the very least, still raising food for us, for sure. Hey, Katrina, what's going on? Good to see you. It's on the mend. It's on the mend. It's still you know, not in the greatest of shape though. It looks disgusting right now. Like, I actually couldn't post any pictures of it on social media because I would get like a content violation. It looks that bad. It's gross. It's super. Allison was actually just looking at it this afternoon and she's like, ugh. Like, even she was like not pleased with how it looked. It's ugly. Have you heard of Yard Glider? It's my favorite homestead tool. I plan to use it stage round. No. All right. All right, Brad. And by the way, guys, yeah, Brad's a friend, so I'm gonna trust him here, and we are gonna go on an internet adventure together. Let's go. Boop, 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 okay, here we are. We are going to look for, it's called Yard Glider. Yard Glider. Yard Glider, okay. And Brad's going to be using it to stage round bales, which I could see being useful. Oh, okay. Wait. It's like a sled. Wait, so I mean, it doesn't look bad. I mean, so you could pull it around with like an ATV or like even a tractor or lawn tractor. Bounces off ops. I mean, it looks handy. Okay, all right, all right. Now I haven't even looked at this yet, Brad. I'm wondering how much does it sell for? I mean, well, yeah, you can use it for hauling game. Yeah, okay. Like, I mean, it's cool. It's useful. I can see how it rolls up nicely too. Um, I don't know. If I was gonna guess a price, I'm gonna say I would not pay any more than $69.99 for this. So let's see how much it is. Whoa! Wow, that's pricier than I thought. Okay. I mean, it's not horrible. I mean, here I'm gonna blow this up for people who are watching this. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not cheap. Wow, that's yeah. See, I would have guessed that like this like kind of this version of it would have been like yeah $70 $75 maybe. I don't know, that's a little steep in my opinion. I don't know, but it looks cool though, Brad, so I appreciate you making the suggestion there. So Lil is inside forever. She doesn't even try to go outside. That's the crazy part. Like, you know, like some people like will have indoor cats and it's like a constant battle to try to get those cats to like stay inside. Lil doesn't even think about it. She's so content in here. I mean, you can't see her right now because she's like sitting down low and she's giving me the stink eye a little bit because I think she wants more treats. But she just likes her life inside. She has no complaints about it. I know, Anastasia. I should not be rubbing my face. I'm so bad at that. Oh, okay. So Jeremy is not still on the farm. I actually sent him packing this fall. I haven't told my nephew that. I hope he doesn't see this video and this is the first time he's hearing it. I should probably text my sister a video explaining that to him. But yeah, no, he is not here anymore. Well, he's actually here. He's just not there. He's inside the house. Oh, did something happen to Lil? Okay, Andrea. I am going to tell you a brief version of the Lil Barn Cat story. But yeah, so basically Lil used to be an outdoor barn cat. So back in the day, back in like 2018, when the farm was first starting up, we had two barn cats. We had Pablo Barn Cat and we had Lil Barn Cat, who was just a kitten, but basically a barn cat in training. And the two of them worked the farm for a couple of years. And then in the late spring, early summer of 2020, Lil got hit by a car. And she almost died. And we had to do a lot of expensive surgeries and we saved her. But she has some like mobility issues. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw that. She was doing pretty good though, because I do cat physical therapy with her. And so yeah, but she's just not in a good place to be an outdoor cat. And so we made the decision to make her an indoor cat. And it actually has worked out really, really well. And so yeah, it's been a good experience having her here. I got to admit, I love having Lil here. I mean, she spends most of her day actually usually up here in my office. And so whenever I'm in here, she's hanging out with me, and I don't know, it's just really nice to have an indoor cat companion like that. And I'm not a cat person, but yeah, I do enjoy having her around. Janet asks, what does your shirt say? Oh, it's so not exciting. I think it just says Wrangler. I mean, this is just like a base layer shirt that I have on. It's nothing fancy at all. There's nothing cool about it, not even remotely. It's just, I think it was on sale at the store. I was like, oh, I'll get that. That's fine. It's in my color. So the answer is yes, Cole. But unlike last year, or years past, where I like put all of them up for sale, I actually sold them to one person who made me another good offer, and I took it. And sort of the hassle of not having to fulfill a bunch of individual orders made sense. And so it's a woman who actually, I think she's in Illinois. She does calligraphy, and she just wanted as many of them as possible. And so I sent her, I want to say it was like about 50 flight feathers that I sent her. Yeah, so there you go. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Virginia, Lil is so verbal. She is an extremely verbal cat. Like, she's always been that way ever since she was a kitten. And yeah. Are the new cattle white? Obviously not the original intended. White cows are adorable. So the answer, Sarah, is yes. And so I'm not going to give away too much, but yes, they are fluffy and they are white. So yeah, there you go. William, I absolutely love that expression, and I will probably steal it. I'm not sure if it's 100% true, but it totally makes the smaller the bird, the hotter the turn. That's so good. Wow, my man. I love it. That is amazing. Hey, Heinlein, yes, I actually just got a notification. My chestnuts should be arriving, like, because I buy chestnut seed. It should be arriving, like, tomorrow, maybe? So there's a good chance that by next week I'll be putting them into the ground for sprouting. So, yeah. No, I am not letting Rosie have any more chicks this fall. She's been trying to lay a nest, but I keep stealing the eggs and eating them. So no, she's not going to be having any more babies, not until next year. Next year I'll happily let her sit on as many eggs as she likes, but it's just too cold. I mean, it's like I said, it's 28 degrees now Fahrenheit outside. It's just much, much too cold. Oh, Connor asked a very interesting question here. And Connor, I think the answer is you're going to have to actually watch our video on Saturday. Saturday's video. Actually, there's actually three interesting. Before I show you this, I'm going to do a little content tease, because I actually think the next three videos that are going to come out are really good and crazy. And if you guys could share them with your friends, it'd be awesome. So tomorrow's video is a video about me building a new garden fence for Allison. Saturday's video is a video about a new animal on the farm, which, back to Connor's question here, if you look at this footage past the Ginny cam that I shot this morning, notice how I have this crate in my hand. I'm walking with this crate, and Toby Dog's doing his inspection of the crate. Inside this crate is the newest animal on the farm. And so, yeah, stay tuned for that. That's going to be Saturday's video. And then Monday's video is insane. It is completely insane. Where I actually, for the first time, talk about an incident that happened last year. It's related to hound hunting. It was something that I was like kind of so freaked out about I wasn't comfortable talking about until now. And so, yeah, it's crazy. Like, Monday's video is bonkers, like straight up bonkers. So stay tuned for that. How's your bear friend in the wood? Yeah, I mean, it's all related to that, Diane. Yeah. You know what? I might make a Lil Barn house cat shirt. Lil probably deserves a shirt. Yeah, I don't know. She had one that I made a while back, but that was years ago. So maybe I'll make a new Lil shirt. Did I get hey Debbie Piper Lily, I did get a safer coffee machine. Here, I'm going to show you guys what the coffee machine that I ended up getting looks like. It's the Bodum, because I love the pour over coffee. Like, I'm a huge fan of pour over coffee. Like, I know that that's not everybody's cup of tea or coffee, but I am a huge fan. And yep, this is the one I got right here. Hold on, I'm going to show it to you. This one is safer. It does not have any sort of glass parts that can like it's all glass. So the other one had like multiple glass pieces, and so that was the problem. This one, it works great. It does a good job. Makes a great cup of coffee. I'm a fan, and hopefully I don't cut my other fingers. So there you go. Lil's playing with a catnip toy that somebody gave her. So yeah. When will I be? I don't know. Some streamer. That might be a hard one to get away from the farm for that long. I'd love to go to Tokyo though. I mean, honestly, like if I listed my 3 countries I'd want to visit the most, Japan is way up there. Katrina asks, what real camera do you recommend? I mean, honestly, so here, let me just do this and show you guys because I'm right here. So like, you know, I use GoPros a lot. Oh wow, I got so many cameras just right in front of me. This is gonna be easy to do. So all right, so the GoPro is a camera I'm a huge fan of. This is actually the new GoPro 12. For like running around and shooting stuff, this is a great camera. If you're a beginner, this is a great camera. The other great camera, if you're a beginner, I have an iPhone. My iPhone, this is an iPhone 15. Also a great camera, amazing quality, like it's outstanding. Highly recommend it. But if you like do want to get serious about cameras, you know, one camera I have is the FX3, which is this camera right here. It's a really high-end camera. It's kind of expensive. It's from Sony. It's the FX3. It has like a whole like detachable lens system, and I have a couple of different lenses that I use for my cameras. But yeah, this is my FX3. The other camera, this is actually a newer camera also from Sony that I'm a huge fan of. It's the Sony ZV-E1. And this right here is like my favorite camera to shoot with now. It's a little bit smaller and lighter weight than the FX3. Not by a lot, but a little bit. It's got some really great features though for like, you know, autofocusing. Like I can change my autofocus to like focus on birds, which for me is very, very relevant. And so I'm a huge fan of that. I just like Sony's as well. It's a beautiful video footage that it does. 4K, it looks wonderful. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but all my videos now are coming out in 4K. And so, yeah, this would be the one. So the Sony ZV-E1, also not cheap, but I really like it. There is a lower end Sony ZV-10, and I don't know if Jack's in the chat. He's a super knowledgeable Sony camera guy. I think that's also a good option. I think that one's like about $1,000 or $900 or something. Also good. And then the question that I often get is like when folks see me doing like a Ginny Barncat cam, which if you look at like this footage right here, like how do I mount the camera on Ginny? That's actually this camera. It's the Insta360 Go 3. And what's cool about it is like it almost detaches from its case, like it's like almost like AirPods, and then this is the camera part, and so I can put this on like a cat or a duck, and like get like a POV shot. It's really cool. It's not like the greatest footage in the world, but for doing like fancy trick shots and weird stuff, it's wonderful. So, yeah. So Katrina, yeah, if you're looking for other camera advice, also feel free to shoot me an email, and for you, I'm happy to like have a phone call and give you all sorts of advice on that one. Do you ever, okay, and I'm starting to feel like my voice is going to go here. Do you ever RPG or D&D? If so, what's your favorite character? So I used to actually do a bit of that. I was always had a lot of fun with like thief characters. I actually want to start playing D&D again, but I have no idea how to start or how to have friends who do it because none of my friends play, that sort of thing. Actually, my one friend, Alfred, is my one friend who's also like, yeah, I'd like to do D&D. And we were both trying to figure out how to be like, middle-aged dudes who play Dungeons and Dragons at a beginner level, like how to get into that. And yeah, particularly when you live in rural Vermont, we have not been able to figure that one out yet. But yeah, he and I have both been talking about that one. That's exactly right. No, I'm actually not as bad as I thought I'd be, but I'm still pretty fine. When's the next 24-hour stream? Oh, I don't know. I might do another one. Maybe I don't think I'm going to do another one this year, but maybe next year I'll do one. Yeah. Yes. All right. Jack's chiming in here. Soviet ZV is right now great. That's the one I was thinking of. And yeah, I think like if you're just looking to go like one step above the GoPro, that would be the camera right there. No, ramen noodle. I do not know who stole it. Morgan is the new. Wait a minute. Is that a thing? Does George Clooney do coffee reviews? I don't know. All right. Actually, it's funny. While we're doing conversations about cameras, Tanner. Yeah. So this is the camera. It's the Insta360 X3. This is the 360 camera I use. I know, guys. I don't have like a lot of fancy vices or habits or anything like that. I'm like, my biggest indulgences are coffee and polar seltzers. But the one like habit I have and hobby that I do is I do get way into like cameras and camera gear. And like, I mean, this whole room is just littered with like all sorts of like camera equipment and stuff. And, that's like the one thing I get. And I mean, it's kind of what I do for a living in a weird way. And so it works out well, but yeah. Ooh, Jesse's asking another interesting question here. What is your file storage system? Do you erase old footage? No, so I don't erase any old footage ever. I basically have a system with solid state external hard drives where I basically will use it, fill it up, and then go on to the next one. Use it, fill it up. And I have like 20 of them now with all my old footage. And so, no, I don't throw away anything because, look, today's video is tomorrow's B-roll. And so it always comes into, yeah, I should do that. Honest, I mean, let me give you the quick 30-second version. It sucks, or it doesn't suck. I just have not had good luck with it. It has not worked well. I'm pretty sure that the hive that I have inside there is going to die. They're very weak, even out of the gate. They didn't really produce much honey at all. I'm not a fan of it, versus my other two hives are doing great. So, yeah. When you're out and around with the GoPro, are you selfie sticking? Yeah, let me see if I have. Oh, yeah, I do. So, yeah. So, typically, like, if I'm out with a GoPro, like, the way it works, right? So, the GoPro will mount to, like, like, these little feet, like, leggy deals here. And so, I'll use, like, this one. I actually like this one a lot. This is from a company called Ulanzi. They make a lot of good, like, camera cages and mounting stuff. And, like, this one is, like, a super long stick. So, like, look at that. What is that? It's about a, 5-foot stick. And then what's also nice is it, like, has feet, so it can just stand by itself. And so, like, I can just plop that down, and I have, like, a camera mount. And then what's also actually really cool about this one is it actually is magnetic to the top. And so what I can do is I actually have a couple of other types of sticks, and so I can, without having to dismount my GoPro, I can move it to a different mount, and so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's typically what I'm using for that. I know, it's funny how I geek out about this stuff. I could just do hours on camera equipment and that sort of thing. Yeah, I probably should. That's actually a really good point. I didn't even really think about that. But yeah, like I just used to do tabletop when I was a kid or teenager, I should say. So yeah, D&D with Alfred. All right. Yeah, I might put out a post and see if anybody would like adopt us into their online D&D community. That would actually be a lot of fun. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, see, I know so little about that stuff. Yeah, yeah, that's basically, I sometimes I've actually been doing the 4 terabytes lately, but yes, that's exactly what I'm doing, Jack. Oh, Anonymous, thank you for that donation, by the way. Really appreciate it. Oh, Ruth, that warms my heart. Thank you. I hope she enjoyed it, and that's awesome. Like, gosh, hearing stories like that, it's like just that makes me want to like bounce right out of bed tomorrow morning and write that next chapter. So thank you for sharing that, Ruth. I really appreciate it. Okay, guys, my throat is starting to go, and I do have a video I'm going to record tomorrow. So I'm going to wrap things up, but I do want to say thank you for hanging out. And oh, actually, all right, wait. I don't want to leave Jesse Strandley here. So the brand of this one that I have is Ulanzi, and so this is actually probably my favorite selfie stick. The other one that's actually really good, I don't like the GoPro ones, but Insta360 also makes a great selfie stick. I really like their selfie sticks as well as the feet that they have for them. And so either Ulanzi or Insta360 would be the two that I'd recommend. But yeah, I will be back here. All right, you guys are sucking me in with more questions. I was gonna try to wrap up, but I'm gonna keep hanging. All right, I'm 5'9", so yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of people are like, oh gosh, he's so shorter than I thought he was gonna be in public. But yeah, no, I am 5'9". But yeah, I will be back soon. Tomorrow's video is gonna be all about Allison's garden. The video on Saturday is about the new addition to the farm, and then Monday's video is going to be insane. Just to tease the story for you guys, the title is going to be, I think they tried to burn down my barn. So yeah, definitely want to check that one out. But as always, thanks for hanging out, and thanks for being an awesome community. Honestly, guys, your support and just, the way you spend time with us and kind of follow our farm and support our farm, it really means the world to us. And so without me getting all weepy and stuff, I just wanted to say thank you. So with that, I hope everybody has a wonderful night, and I'll be back soon.
Hero farm, it falls asleep inside my arms. We work the fields under the stars. No love is here at Gold Shop Farms. A city life, yeah, had its charms, but we would dream of the fields under the stars. I fall asleep inside its arms. The love is here.
Hey, Kels! Come on, Kels! Hey, Kels! Fresh grass, come on!
The love is here at Gold Shop Farms.